"Don't play dumb," my husband yelled. "You think I'll believe you didn't know? You hid it on purpose." Natalie's hands shook as she stared at Grant's phone screen, the banking app showing a savings account she'd never seen before, containing $23,000 that had apparently been growing for 2 years while they struggled to make rent on their Kansas City apartment. The discovery had happened by accident when she'd grabbed his phone to check the weather, but Grant's explosion suggested he believed she'd been deliberately snooping through his finances. "Don't play dumb," Grant yelled, his face red with rage as he snatched the phone from her trembling fingers. "You think I'll believe you didn't know? You hid it on purpose." The accusation made no sense. Natalie had hidden nothing, discovered everything purely by chance, and was as shocked as Grant pretended to be about finding evidence of financial deception in their marriage. His immediate assumption that she was somehow responsible for concealing his own secret account revealed how completely he'd prepared to blame her for his own systematic dishonesty. Natalie's mind raced through months of arguments about money, Grant's claims that they couldn't afford basic necessities while he'd apparently been hoarding thousands of dollars in an account she'd never been told existed. Every time she'd suggested they needed groceries or asked about overdue bills, he'd made her feel guilty for spending money they supposedly didn't have. The realization that Grant had been watching her struggle with anxiety about their finances, allowing her to feel responsible for their tight budget while secretly accumulating savings, felt like psychological torture disguised as marriage. His willingness to let her believe they were financially unstable while hiding significant assets showed a level of manipulation that made her question everything about their relationship. Grant's continued accusations that Natalie had somehow orchestrated the discovery of his secret account suggested he'd been preparing for this confrontation, B. Crossed and H&A Tell, ready to flip the script and make his victim responsible for uncovering his deception. His anger seemed designed to prevent rational discussion about why he'd been lying about their financial situation for years. The irony of being accused of hiding the very secret she'd just discovered wasn't lost on Natalie, who realized she was witnessing Grant's attempt to avoid accountability through psychological manipulation and misdirection. Grant's defensive anger escalated as Natalie's shock transformed into clarity about the scope of his financial deception. Her calm questions about the account's purpose and why she'd been excluded from knowing about their family's actual financial situation seemed to enrage him further, suggesting his accusations were designed to prevent exactly this type of rational examination. The revelation that Grant had been contributing $300 monthly to his secret savings while complaining about Natalie's grocery spending and medical expenses painted a picture of someone who prioritized financial control over partnership transparency. His ability to watch her stress about money while secretly building wealth showed calculating cruelty disguised as fiscal responsibility. Natalie's investigation into their shared accounts revealed additional deceptions, including automatic transfers she'd never authorized and expense categories that didn't match their actual spending patterns. Grant's financial manipulation extended beyond simple secret saving into systematic control of their household resources through lies and hidden transactions. When Natalie demanded explanation for why she'd been kept ignorant of their true financial situation, Grant's response revealed his belief that wives shouldn't have access to complete financial information. His assumption that managing money was his exclusive right, regardless of Natalie's contributions to their household, exposed deeply held beliefs about marriage as ownership rather than partnership. The discovery that Grant had been researching divorce laws and asset protection strategies explained his secretive financial behavior and his panic about Natalie's accidental discovery. His hidden savings weren't about family security but about preparing for relationship termination while ensuring Natalie remained financially dependent and uninformed. Grant's final attempt to regain control involved threats about what would happen if Natalie caused problems about his financial management, revealing how his accusations had been designed to intimidate her into accepting his deception rather than demanding accountability. His assumption that she would back down rather than confront his lies showed how little he understood about her character and resolve. Natalie's response was swift and decisive, informing Grant that his financial deception constituted marital fraud and that she would be consulting an attorney about protecting her interests in their divorce proceedings. The calm delivery of this information seemed to shock Grant more than any emotional outburst could have, revealing his assumption that his manipulation would continue working indefinitely. Grant's immediate shift from accusation to negotiation proved that his angry confrontation had been calculated theater designed to prevent exactly the conversation they were now having. His offers to explain everything and work things out came too late to repair trust that had been systematically destroyed through years of financial lies and psychological manipulation. The investigation that followed revealed Grant's pattern extended beyond their marriage, including similar financial deception in his previous relationship and ongoing lies to his family about his income and expenses. His systematic approach to monetary control suggested personality traits that made honest partnership impossible regardless of counseling or promises to change. Natalie's decision to file for divorce surprised Grant, who seemed genuinely confused that discovery of his secret savings had led to relationship termination rather than impressed admiration for his financial planning. His inability to understand why hidden assets felt like betrayal rather than security revealed fundamental misunderstanding about trust and partnership in marriage. 6 months later, Natalie was living independently in a smaller apartment with full knowledge of her financial situation and control over her own money for the first time in years. Grant's accusations that she'd hidden his secret from him had inadvertently revealed the depth of his deception and manipulation, providing the clarity she needed to escape a relationship built on lies. The irony that Grant's attempt to blame Natalie for discovering his financial deception had actually saved her from years of additional manipulation wasn't lost on either of them. His secret account became evidence in their divorce proceedings, ensuring that his hidden assets were properly divided rather than remaining under his exclusive control. Sometimes the most destructive accusations revealed more about the accuser than the accused, especially when projection of guilt exposed secrets that were meant to remain hidden indefinitely.